to Madness Comic Network and comic-related madness proudly presents Madness Tuesday Morning Brew. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pots Van Zandt on YouTube.
It is Laurie Calcaterra. You know me. I'm your hostess with the hottest coffee around, but I drank all my coffee. I brought up this freaking empty cup. What's that? Like, seriously. I'm so sad now because we're gonna have some great talk for 2 hours with no coffee. I sound like Karen. But you know me, I'm the writer-creator of this lovely book, Path of the Pale Rider, your favorite Western apocalypse where I drink your tears at the end. And issue 5 is currently with our editor. Actually, she's turning out all sorts of things for us to work on, and the team's working on it. Matt got his done. Gilbert's working on his today, and I have mine to do. And then hopefully we should be able to go to print very soon. I'm super excited for you guys to read issue number 5, because if y'all been following along, this was kind of like the world building, the understanding the protagonists. In issue 5 is like the next act 2 of a movie where everything goes wrong. So we catch up in time when we're going forward. And if you didn't see me on George Medina's show last night, you need a dose of this. We talk about the history of POTPR, all the different artists that have been involved. We show some of the art before the art, because there was artists involved before Marco DeFeo. I don't know if you've seen any of that. And then, of course, passing the torch on to our wonderful new artist, Gilbert Perez. So, and you get to see sneak peeks of issue 5 that I haven't shown yet. There's no letters, but you get to see it. But I don't spoil anything. I never spoil anything. So anyway. Yeah, so that's what's going on in Team POTPR. We just finished up Cowtown Comic-Con, made new friends, met new people. And I got to tell you, when I ran my table in character, that was so much fun, and people loved it. Believe it or not, they had a blast with me when I told them that I didn't accept vaccines or formaldehyde as forms of payment, and I would not barter for my hair. My hair was not for sale. So I don't think I got any more cons for the rest of the year. I might have a couple more store visits. I'll probably be at Pastime right around Black Friday, and maybe a store somewhere in December for Christmas. But yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, and I agree. Like, the character shows is kind of like taking off, isn't it, guys? Oh, Dante, get up and get me my coffee. Seriously. And good morning, Lou. Good morning, Glenn. And everybody else who's going to pop on it. Now, you guys are familiar with our guest today. This is a returning guest. In fact, she's the reigning champion of attendance. She gets the gold star for the Tuesday Morning Brew. In fact, she has her own entrance, and I haven't played it in a while. So here we go. But now we're going to have some fun. Let's bring in our guest, Corissa Grant, too. Well, hello.
Hello.
Anyway, the lady of the hour, of course, is Corissa Grant. Hi, good morning.
Hi.
How are you? Waving hand. Corissa, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
You said that while you weren't looking at camera, so I think it's not true. When you're like, for those of you who aren't familiar with Corissa Grant, I don't know, what is this, your 4th time, 5th time on the show? 6th time, 12th time? Corissa, hello, good morning.
Hi.
I'm going to bring her on. Corissa. Hi. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
Friend and co-host today. Surprised you are listed as co-host today. Corissa Grant. Hi, Betsy. How are you? Good morning.
Oh, I'm good. I'm ready for my campaign to end. Yeah. I'm ready for it to end again.
Now, in tradition, I have to say, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? And I'm waiting for my campaign to end yet again.
Right.
And I apologize for the unprofessional background. my light bulb went out, as I said, off screen, and now I'm upstairs on my couch surrounded by animals staring at me, being like, "Who the hell are you talking to?" I'm like,
isn't it funny? Because they think you're talking to them, so they like get in your face. My dog does that too, where it's like I answer the phone, and all of a sudden he's there. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What do you want?
So yeah, and I have one of them. He's staring at hi. Yeah. He's like,
well,
what?
we love animals on this show, so they want to make an appearance.
Come here,
we'll say
handsome.
hi.
Come on, you want to come up here? This is my what? Staring at me. What? This is my husband's pride and joy. And he will never pick a favorite, but I know that he's his favorite, aren't you? Yeah. He's mad because I'm so mean to him. I am like, I yell at him constantly. I'm like the mom, but he loves me. I said he's a little sadist. I don't know what to tell you, but he's a horrible, horrible cat, aren't you? He's always on the counter. There's nothing on the counter. And it's literally, he's jumping up just to get yelled at. I know it. Like he does it loud enough just so he gets yelled at. That's what he does. So he jumps up there. He's not a knocker downer, surprisingly, but he will jump up there. And then, you know, so I have a talker and a crier. He's the talker, and the black one you saw is the crier. Drives me crazy. She just screams for no reason. She comes to my face and just screams. And she's just like, or when I'm getting her food, which is my husband's food, she now has canned food, she screams while I'm doing it. I'm like, I'm already doing it. Like, why are you screaming at me?
Faster!
Yeah, pretty much. He talks when he wants something, and he has different talks for what it is. So it's either turn on the faucet downstairs, check my food because it's halfway down. He can't allow that. Clean litter box, or he wants a treat, which does not work ever, and he still tries it because I'm like, I can't reward you with a treat because you're crying in my face.
Right, right. Then it just makes it worse. Then they do it more.
Yes, and no, I was a dog trainer. I know how this shit works.
Yeah,
I will not be manipulated by this fucking cat.
That's funny.
But he cracks me.
How many pets do you have exactly? I think I know. Don't you have
5?
2 cats and whoa? Okay.
No,
I thought
have
it was like 4. 2 cats and
so there's that cat. I don't know if I can
cat.
There's the dog back there.
Yeah, that's better, Glenn. Size.
The cat.
2 cats. There's the dog.
If you could see him down there,
yeah,
that's the asshole. That is
Enzo.
Enzo.
Hey, asshole.
He's the only male pet. I'm missing a cat, AJ, but I don't want to call her because she'll be like, "Oh, you called my name." If I yell at him, he knows exactly what he did wrong. If I yell at her for doing something, she thinks I'm calling her over and then comes over and bothers the fuck out of me. So I'm just like, really? So I can't yell at her. She's kind of our mentally challenged cat. Like she's like, we have different stages of intelligence in this household. This is our stoner. So she will bob her head when you're talking to her, or just, she's a mimic too. So she does only the wrong stuff that the other ones do. So she learned, she's the youngest. She learned, he cried. I gotta film it someday. She does this thing where she pretends to be trapped in the bathroom with the door open. So like the door is open. She'll go in there and cry like she's trapped. And I'll be like, I hear you, Mickey. Cries again. I have to turn around and say, the door's open. You can come out. I know you're in there. And then she just walks on out like there's nothing. Like she's just a weird cat.
Help.
And then
facing the wall.
Yeah. And then we have AJ who's hiding somewhere. She's just not all there. She's jumped off the couch and landed on her head. I mean, she's just not all there. And then you have,
that's why
she's just weird. And then you have, Misty.
Oh, Misty, yes.
Yes. Hi, Misty.
Lou says mine yell in the bathroom because the acoustics.
You know what? That could be it.
Could be it.
This one is an incredibly smart cat. Still a cat, but very, very, very smart. Now, Enzo, yes, he's a dumb human. Like he just knows shit he shouldn't know, but it's still stupid. Like I don't get him. Like he, at our in-laws, he had actually moved the chair to a door to open it to try to get the handle. He doesn't know how to work the handle, but he knew enough to move the chair. But then he just locked himself in because you can't open the door because it goes inward. So he tried his best, but it did not work. So I felt, the only time I ever felt bad about him is because he was crying once. And I was like, okay, I know you have litter. I know you have food. The water's on. What could you possibly want? He just kept crying. We couldn't figure it out. He goes on the dog bed and he pees. And we're like, that's weird. The door, the cat door for the room was locked. So he couldn't get to the litter box. So he was trying to tell us. And I was like, that's what you get for crying wolf all the time. I don't know what you want.
Yeah.
But he was trying to tell us. So I felt really bad because I know I didn't want to do that. But yeah. So.
Yeah, that's the worst when they're like, they're trying to communicate. And you're like, I have no idea what you want. And then they just pee. And you're like, well.
I felt, at least he was nice enough to do it on the bed where that I could wash it.
Hi, Al. Good morning.
I had an intense dream last night about the origin of my characters.
Oh,
and my character wants me to write it, and I was just like, "You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait till after the show." It was like 2:00 in the morning.
Travis says he gets in trouble when he pees in the bed.
Yeah,
right. Touches my heart.
We
would yell at you too. What do you want, Travis? Okay, go.
Yeah,
it's not in the bed.
You know, I can't even say use your words. He tried, but yeah. But I had this intense dream. So now after the show, I have to write out the origin, and of course, my co-writer Jessica's like, "We should write this out." And I was like, "Of course, we're going to write it out." So we're going to do it as a flashback during the Western, but I don't know what period it is. It might be Vikings time. So it might be a whole other story later on. She's like, it'll be another story, but we're too obsessed with the Western right now. I was like, yes, we are. Because we started the Western.
Okay. That's something I wanted to talk about. Obviously, redemption is still going strong.
Yeah.
For those that aren't aware, of course, Corissa is running a Kickstarter because this is what she does with her. I don't know. She has to run a Kickstarter in order to be sane. So this is the second hardcover.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not in a Kickstarter right now. What am I doing with my life?
I don't know what I'm going to do for November and December because I don't have a Kickstarter. I'm going to focus on building the merchandise.
You're going to buy merch. Let's not lie.
I have to make the jars. I'm going to make jars. I think I'm going to make the small jars for the apothecary kit, but I'm going to also make a little bit medium jars so people could just buy a random one if they want. But, yeah.
So this is live right now. I put the link all the way at the top, but here it is, everybody.
Or as we say, search Worthy Chaos on Kickstarter because I'm always on there. So the 15 things will pop up, but they're all me. So
yeah, that's exactly. You'll see them all pop up there, and that's all Corissa.
I don't have a fucking one next to me. Fucking ass.
I lose track sometimes which one we're on. Yeah. Well, because I dress the covers and I'm like, wait, we dressed this one like last year.
Yeah, I need you to dress the Western hardcover, by the way, and we're not even done with one, but I do have the covers. And you do need to dress those because I need I need you to do the what did you call it? The
symbol, the logo,
to do because it's a different setup than the issues, and I need to send it to Jeremy so that he will put things where they belong.
Oh, you want me to make like a PNG file? Like
that
template.
Yeah.
Because Corissa has these wonderful artists that will do beautiful covers and leave no room for the words at the top.
Yeah, unfortunately for the hardcover, it needs words. The back cover, he did it amazingly. There's plenty of room right there for you. But the front cover, you're gonna have to have fun with that. But it's the Western, so we could start off strong and change it a little to make it fit. So
and I mean, like I can start out with this template and then because it's redemption and it's devastation, right?
Yeah.
So
there's more letters though. I'm very upset about that. I was like, we should think of a smaller word. Oh, devastation. There's more letters. So
yeah, it's okay. I'll make it work.
All right. I know you will. Laurie is the master of titles. Like
we
seriously.
Try.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was like, wait, we did this one like last year.
Yeah.
I lose track.
It's only my second year. I keep saying like,
matter.
This Thursday is my 2 years in comics.
Yay. Congratulations on that.
Thanks.
That's so exciting.
My husband asked
I
where
had
all
my
our money
second
went.
year and I didn't even talk about it. I was like, hurrah.
Because you're sane. Well, my husband's like, where does all our money go? And I was like, you told me to go all out for 2 years. I have 4 days. So I've been ordering shit nonstop.
No wonder. No wonder you're like, buy all the merch right now.
I did. I bought $400 of pins. I did $300 of stickers. Then I did plushies. And I just did bookmarks metal bookmarks, metal trading cards. Those were like $200, and then bookmarks, regular bookmarks for like $130. Hi, Mickey.
Oh
Thank you for gracing me with your presence. No, you can't tap me now. I'm on screen.
And so, yeah, I wanted to go over this one first to show people what their options are for today. And then we're going to tease them with some of the things that are coming because, of course, the Western is coming.
It is coming. It's like winter is coming.
That's what, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Yes. So
she's trying to tap me. You see her?
And I mean, like, if you guys haven't heard of Corissa Grant, you've been living under a rock, let's be honest. And
at least on this show, everyone should know me at least.
Everyone, I mean, you would think, I don't know, I get new viewers all the time, so you never know. But you have, I mean, she has a ton of tiers. If there's something that you're looking for, Corissa has put together a tier for that. So take your time and go through and make sure you see everything before you pledge. Because I've made that mistake too, where I was just like, oh, I missed those keychains, man. You know,
I will say though, it is half the amount as usual. So there's only 22 instead of 42. So I did a little better because most people don't get as much merch. At least the first time they didn't get as much merch. And this time they actually did. So I was like, well, okay. Thank you. So yeah, I don't have as, but the Western already has double. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind, I like that it fits the story. The whole part of the story that they're looking for the ingredients to do something to call, you know,
I'm excited about the Western. It's very interactive. You follow the pages.
You don't want to talk about this one?
Yeah. Don't get me started on Western. I'll go for like
she's like, it's almost over. Who cares?
Yeah. Like, forget it. I do like those little 3D. See the little Nubis?
Yeah.
I like that they were printed in color. Like I tried to do that. See, I'm going to this Western again. I tried to do that with the Wendigo, but we'll go to that later. But
cool.
That prints in color, and I liked it a lot. So
and the Bastet plushie, she's beautiful.
Ooh, really?
Do you have those left?
I have like 20 left. Yeah.
Okay.
And Anubis, I think I have like. Well, I don't know how many I have of Anubis. I haven't been advertising the 3D staff because it's such a bitch to ship, but I have a lot. I have the 3D staffs.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then that's the best deal right there, by the way. $59, and you get 422 pages, 12 issues, and the PDFs. And you are all caught up and ready for February 17th, which is issue 13. And you're gonna want that to come soon after you read the ending on them. Sorry. Apparently Kevin needed therapy after he read it. So
he did.
He did. Yeah. He wrote me. He goes, "What did you do?"
He's like, "How dare you?"
I was like, "What? What did I do?" No. My bad.
Write a good story. That's what you do, and you leave them hanging.
Well, I am the master of cliffhangers. I'll give you that.
I'm with you. People are always like, "Damn it, Laurie! Damn it!"
I think there's one skeleton bird left,
and
it will be printed again. So made again. So there's one left. It's handmade. It's part of the limited edition collection where there's only like I think that one had 4 made. And yeah, the next tier I have. Well, these are in hand. Chatties are in hand. But what? Stop. But I don't have the hounds. They got shipped together, and I don't have the hounds yet. So they keep saying they're coming, but they won't give me a tracking number. But it says within 10 days. So I'm hoping to have them by the end of the thing. But I'm gonna ship out last campaigns too. I hate pre-orders. Everyone else does. I don't know how you guys do it, but I hate it. Stop.
I like it.
I also like those little keychains that are embroidered, and I want more of those. I want them for all cryptids, but you can only do like the head, and I'm just like, well, that looks kind of like a decapitated Bigfoot. So I don't know if I'm going to do it for all the cryptids.
For the cryptids, okay.
Yeah, I want full body. There was somebody twice. I found 2 different people at cons that do those. This is actually a really good friend of mine, and his fiance actually backs my Kickstarter. Nice. But I asked 2 people at 2 different cons that I wanted. They did that, but full body, and neither one ever got back to me. I texted them, emailed them, nothing. I was like, okay, I only could have supplied you with a income for like the next 10 years,
for the next 12 years. Yeah, but that's fine.
Whatever. Yeah, I know.
This looks like a good
I'm
bundle
surprised. A lot
too.
of people got that. That's our catch-up tier.
Yeah.
That's 1 through 12. Actually, everyone got. I had 2 people get the next one, which is like the ultimate catch-up tier. It's all the hardcovers, regular covers, all that fun stuff. So
You know, and I don't know if you find this as well. I find that people get the catch-up tier with the individual issues on the Kickstarters, and then in person, a lot of them are getting the trades.
yeah, I
that
don't
how it
sell any
goes for you?
singles anymore in person. The
Yeah, wow.
hardcovers just okay. Let me say though, Laurie knows I hate cons,
She
and
does.
I do immensely. So she should be proud of me because I even bought a little cart now. I'm trying to do all out with these cryptids. I'm hoping the cryptids bring people to the table, and then I can seduce them to buy my books.
You're just a one-track mind. Talk
I
about
do.
this one first.
No, well, I'm saying but the hardcover for these, like that's what sold. Like in the last since I got those, I haven't sold, and I sell. I'm yelling because the fucking acoustics. I sell those and the metal covers in person. Yeah, I bring. That's all I bring now, and they sell really well. But they all think they're foil. Like, oh, the foil looks really good. I was like, pick it up.
It's metal.
It is metal.
Yeah,
it'll cut you if you don't buy it. So buy it. But yeah, but those sell real. But the hardcovers, man, that people buy them like, well, it's hard not to because I sell them for like $30 and a single one's 10. So like, you might as well buy the hardcover.
Right.
So we'll see how book 2 sells in person because I have no idea. But I'm in Nashville in June, and people find me like every year. Like I'm like, I don't know how you remember. Well, I'm hard to forget. But they come and look for what I have new this last time. I was like, that was such an ego booster. There's at least 4 people that are like, oh, I bought your book last time. I'm here to see what else. So I got a hardcover, and they're like, shit. So I actually wound up buying the hardcover because last time I was there was last year, and I only had 1 through 3. So
oh my god, see, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. You're like, well, now I have 7 more comics for you to read.
Yeah, I was
wait, 9.
What
math is hard, people.
Math is very hard. I was on a show the other day, and Josh was on there. What was I on? I haven't done that many shows. Oh, Dave, maybe I think it was Dave Brink's show. And Josh was on there, and I was like, oh, I was on this show before. And I looked it up, and it was like issue 2.
Oh my gosh.
Like, seriously? I was
that feels like a lifetime ago, but it really isn't that long ago for you.
2 years? It seems like 5 or more.
Well,
like I'm just it's insane. Like I have 17 issues made, people, and that's not including the spinoff, the prequel, or the Western. So I technically have 20 issues plus my original issue 1. God
that's
damn it.
Funny.
Damn.
Yeah, I have that one.
Which one?
Oh, damn it.
I can't see. Is it the puppy or the skull?
It's the Anubis head.
Nice. I do like those. Yeah. I like those a lot.
This one.
Yeah. The skull.
I like that one. Yeah.
The Anubis skull. They both sell equally well.
Yeah.
I don't know how many I have left. I should probably count them. I do have a 3rd coloring book coming. It's actually done. It's been done for 2 months, but I've been lazy and you haven't put it together for me because I haven't told you about it.
I was like, did I do it yet?
No, I don't think so. But I think we talked about it for like 4 seconds and then probably talked about the Western, which, by the way, I have a Western coloring book too. So you have to put that together too. So you do have to put those together.
I was like, I can take a break after my con. And then I realized Carissa's probably been writing a list of things for me.
I have so many things for you to title because I have everything's written. So like I know what covers, like I looked at my covers for the Western and it's on 9. I already have covers to 9, half of 9.
Man.
So
I just started working on covers for 6.
Well, the Redemption, I have covers until 30 something. So
gosh.
I think I have till 30, and then I have that hardcover. So yeah, I have, but I get obsessed with, I want to see more art. Like I'm just like, give me variant art. So I don't know. And Derek Chu, by the way, for anyone that knows him, is doing I'm not supposed to talk about that. Anyway, he's almost done with the Western issue 1. But back to the Redemption. Go back to Redemption.
Oh, she almost spoiled something.
No, I have an issue 1 cover, but I can't. He's supposed to be done today, and I'm hoping to announce it on Halloween, which is my 2-year anniversary, but my 11-year anniversary with my husband. So that might take precedence, but he goes to bed at like 9. So Maybe I'll go live at 9 and be like, here's the
Look what I have.
I can't wait for anything. It's probably going to be announced before that. I don't know.
I was like, you don't have patience. Let's be honest.
No, I don't.
Well,
I can keep,
let's just say when it comes to this,
everyone,
you get too excited. You're so passionate
I
about
do.
it. You can't contain yourself.
I can keep everyone else's secrets, but my own, I have no filter. Nothing.
I'm really good at keeping my own secrets for the most part.
You are. No, you're amazing. You're like see what happens next in like a week, and I'm like, see what happens now in 2 years. Like I just, I don't.
But in your defense, they get excited and then they forget when it comes back.
See, they do. Well, the cryptid's weird too because I'm gonna have them on shows, so I'm gonna have cryptids that you can't even get yet. Hi,
no
Chris.
spoilers. Oh, Chris. Oh, I forgot to say this in the beginning of the show, but Chris did a tier on his Slaughterville novel where I'm doing hey, hi Matthew. I'm doing the rebinds. So the people got to pick, they got to customize their covers. And I spent all morning ripping up Slaughterville. Rip. All 10 of them are in pieces intentionally so that I can now piece them back together. So I'm waiting for some things to come, but you're going to get a TikTok of me ripping up Chris's books and he might faint. I don't know.
Well, we do have to do a leather one because I am going to get leather for the Western, but it's not the same as real leather.
I want to experiment with that. I was going to try maybe on one of my own trades because I have some faux leather and I saw this technique where you can do a cutout on top. So you put a piece of the cardboard for the hardcover, and then you cut out another piece that goes on top of that with shapes on it, and then you put the leather on and you use the fold the bone tools, so that way it's almost like embossed. It's super cool. I'm gonna try it, but I'll do it on my own first before I mess up.
I spent $50 on real leather, but I didn't spend 100 like I wanted to. The guy actually talked me out of it, and the only reason why I conceded to it was a whole cow. So it was it was a lot tougher, you know? So I wound up getting pig's hide, which he kept yelling at me for. What did he say was with the pig's hide? Was it the pig's hide? He said, oh, it's like a suede. And he's like, if people read it all the time, it's going to wear down. I was like, they're not. People have suede boots. Like,
what are they doing to their book?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a porn. You're not going to be rubbing this out or something. I mean, you're going to read it a couple of times.
We'll make that for Path of the Pole Rider someday.
Oh man, I have so many things I can say about worthy stuff. But so I got real leather, but I'm scared to use it. So yeah, you do your stuff first.
Well, I'm gonna try the faux leather, but I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work. You might need actual leather because when you wet the leather and then stretch it, it stretches like it's skin.
Yeah,
so I think that's what I don't know. What
you live closer because I have this shop down here is amazing. The only thing that I don't like is they have a set price. This section is $30, right? They're not all the same size. One was, it tells you the square inches on it. One was like 28 and one was like 12. I was like, it should be by size, no? Like, isn't that the whole point?
Yeah. Are they different color? Are they rare or something? Like, why would
they're all pig hide. I mean, they're all different colors. They dye it. I did pick up one where I was like, he's like, I don't know if you want that one because you'll never find it again. I can't ever get that color or whatever again. I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm just like, it's $20 real. It was cheaper. It was $25 because there was none left. And I was like, well,
put the lotion in the basket. With the hose again.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, Dustin. Good morning. Hello. Good morning, Dustin. How are you? Oh my gosh. You make me laugh. So
it's going for me, woman. I don't know what to tell you. It's a blessing and a curse.
These coins are super cool too. What made you decide to do coins, by the way?
I think like I saw it on something and I was like, I need that. And then I only bought one for me. I had one done. And then I had everyone's like, I want that. And I was like, well, shit.
Are they're pre-made? Like you found Anubis coins or you designed it in okay.
No, I found them, but they're all, I buy them all wholesale. So like the gold plated one, I've got like 200. Like I have a ton. These other ones, they're the copper nickel ones. They're more rare. they're harder to find. Like I've got like maybe 20 of each or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The cryptids, not to go back to that, I want to get them made designs. Well, because I really like, well, Anubis was so easy to find. And I did find some Wendigo ones or Bigfoot ones, but I don't know. I think
probably not Kelpies.
I got a Kelpie. Yeah. You saw the Kelpie, right? It's the horse.
Yeah. But I was thinking like, what? I don't know if Kelpie would have a coin.
Oh yeah. See that, but see the problem with making these things unique is everything needs a mold. So like I'm doing the coin, I'm doing the metal. How do you say it? The enamel.
Enamel pins. Yeah.
So I already ordered 3. So it's $100 per mold to do it. And then the pin isn't expensive, but when you add up the shipping is like $55 for these little pins. But I saved money because I have a Bigfoot and a Yeti. So I don't need to get a second mold. Somebody's like, it looks exactly the same. I was like, yeah, because I made Bigfoot, and somebody's like, can you do a Yeti of this one? And it cost me extra. I was like, yeah, it's not expensive. So all she did was change the color for him. And then I was like, well, I might as well get extra pins. And
right. So, yeah, we were talking about that. I was like, oh, they're basically the same ish.
You want to know what's funny is I thought they were exactly the same. And the mold maker was like, there's different fur on the top of their head, like randomly. It's just different fur on the top of the head. And I was like, did she think he needed a little bit longer hair for the winter? And they're like, well, which one do you want? I was like, I'll choose Bigfoot's because I don't want him to have a mohawk in the summer. It'll be too hot. So he's going to have whatever. But yeah, Bigfoot is very popular. And there's so many festivals over here, but they're all fucking outdoors. So.
Yeah, they're not my favorite either. I did some of the food shows outside, and here in Texas, it's so damn hot. And like I'd have a book on the table and it would blow away, and then like all my food would melt.
It's not just that it's outside though, it's that I have to bring a table.
Yeah.
Like, I did buy a table and I returned it yesterday, and my husband had to take it back to return it because it was too heavy. Like I'm like, how is this portable? Like it folds up. He's like, you didn't look up the weight. I was like, I thought I was strong. My mind thought I was stronger than my body is. I don't know.
That's funny.
She lifted it. That skinny little bitch on the ad lifted it up, but I don't know. It's time.
She had a fake one.
She absolutely had a fake one.
It's made out of plastic.
Table, and I'm like, well, when I got the box, I couldn't get it indoors, and I was like, maybe there's a lot of padding or extra. Stuff. No,
it's the table. That's the heavy part. Yeah,
it was just the table. So that's not the only one I might make the exception for is the world's. I don't know if the world's or the country's largest one is West Point, West Virginia, because of Mothman Museum. So they have one every year. So I might make an exception and do that one. It's like
that one's outside.
It's outside.
Dang it! Why?
I know, but it's the whole town. It's the entire town. So like. Okay. I don't even know if I'd get a spot because these people.
It's like an art festival outside.
Oh yeah, it's huge. But what happens if it rains? Like, it's 5. I think it's 5.5 hours away, which isn't that bad.
You're gonna have to get one of those tents.
Oh my god! You know what? That's cheaper than the tables.
Probably.
Like there's one, but you know what? It's not even that. It's setting that shit up.
Hi, Josh. Good morning.
Is
this the Josh you were talking about?
I just can't see me setting that shit up. I seriously like
by yourself. No,
and I'm lazy, and he's not gonna go. So, well, I don't know. He loves it, but now that he has a job, he's so loyal to whatever job he has. So he's just like, I can't take PTO. I was like, it's like a year away. You can't take PTO.
Like that's the whole point. Is you take PTO,
right? It's literally the point. Like
they give it to you.
I know.
They give you PTO so you can use it.
You know what the problem is he's the only guy there, and I'm not talking about gender roles here, but they do make him do like all the manly stuff. He's like, I have to lift everything. I have to get everything high off the. He's not even tall. I have to get everything high off the shelf. You know, I have to carry things to the car. And I was like, and they weren't shy about it. As soon as he applied, to like, it would be really nice to have a man around here. I was like, okay. But I got a little worried when she's like, he asked her, I'm surprised your wife lets you work with a bunch of women. And I'm like, why? Like, what is your...
Now, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? A little concerning there, but whatever. Whatever.
Like,
you made it through. See? You didn't need me.
He should have said something like, well, if you knew my wife, you'd know that she'd kill all of you if someone
Yeah,
messed up.
I mean, he's not worried. Like, seriously, this guy has no concern. As being the man of the house, he will get up and hear a noise, but I'm probably already outside with the guns. So there was a noise. He was like half asleep. And I had to sleep on the couch because he was sick and he snores like a bitch. So there was an electronic noise coming down, like words coming from downstairs. And I'm like, that is the spookiest. Yeah, it sounded like an electronic toy that we don't have. So I went and asked him, is there anything downstairs electronical that talks? He's like, I don't know anything. And then I'm like, well, now I have to go investigate this noise. And he just fell back asleep in 4 seconds. So I was like, all right. So I'm sitting.
He probably didn't even wake up all the way.
No. So I'm on the steps waiting because I heard it twice. So I know it has to be some kind of timed event. So I said, I'm sitting on the stairs with my cat, Enzo. He's guarding me. And I said, that has to be a toy, right? You idiots have toys that I don't know about. And I had waited. And then finally it says, no internet connection. So it's the camera. I turned off the internet to sleep without the light on, and it was going off, internet connection. There is something that makes noise downstairs. And then when I told him the next day, he goes, yeah, it talks to you. I was like, you know, fucker, I asked you that in the middle of the night. And he's like, I don't remember you asking me anything.
It's like he slept through that entire thing.
Yeah. Oh, whatever.
We had a kid chair, like toddler chair when the kids were young, and it would play music and like had buttons on it. It looked like a miniature armchair made out of plastic, and it was outside for a couple weeks and got rained on. And so it would randomly turn on at like 3 a.m. and sing outside. Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, this was really creepy. And we had heard it once before. And now that I'm thinking back, I think it's when the power clicked during the storms. And it was probably waiting for the internet to come back on. But I heard it. And he acted like nothing was going on. He was like, did you hear that? I was like, I heard it. Did you hear it? Like, I don't know. But it's the creepiest.
Carissa has already shot it with the shotgun. It's like, the internet is not connected.
Yeah, it's already gone.
There's a
hole. That wasn't an expensive camera, right? That was a cheap camera.
Your husband's like, why'd you do that for? Like, it moved.
You want to know? I love my husband, but the camera's behind the door. So the door is never shut. So I said to him, how do you see into the room with the door shut? I don't know. Okay. So why did you put it there? Well, there was space on the wall to see the back of the door. Like, I don't understand. So you can't shut the door. The litter boxes are in there. So you're not allowed to shut the door. I have no idea. My husband doesn't like he's not stupid. That's what bugs me. If he was stupid, I would understand more, but he's not stupid. He just doesn't want to think about it. He did something smart we've like 11 years this Thursday, and he's done one thing smart. And I remember asking him, that's really smart. This is so condescending too. I was like, that was so smart. What made you think that to do that? What made you think to do that? I thought of what you would do. And it's like, why don't you fucking think of that all the time? Like, this would be so much easier. He's never done it since. So I obviously didn't praise him enough for thinking the way I think. So I don't know.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna go there. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Here it is, guys.
Woo.
All right. So when was it that you had the idea for the Western?
So this is funny. So we were doing I think we were in now, because of the way we numbered it, the 4th series of Redemption. And it was a time travel one of medieval times. So we're in the medieval times thing. And Jessica says we should do an in the past storyline. I was like, when they're kids? No, we already did that. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
So like 2 weeks after, I was thinking about the last issue that was written, or the first issue, I guess, that was written for Redemption. And I said, we should do like a Western. I want to see them all in cowboy outfits. And she's like, that's what I meant when I said past. I was like, bitch, there's a big difference in that. Like, you could have meant Vikings for all I know. I thought you meant when they were teenagers. Oh, God, I want to do a Western. So
use your words, Jess.
I sat down.
Don't come for me, Jess. I love you. It's okay.
She knows. Because I told her, I was like, how could you not say that? She's like, I thought you weren't interested. I was like, bitch, I thought you weren't interested. Like, I thought you were going to kill me when I said Western. So we
Josh,
always had one issue, as you know. We always had one issue in the Western.
yeah.
So I wanted to do I wanted to literally expand that issue because it wasn't a full issue. So I said, I kind of want to expand that issue. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, I kind of want to do a whole issue because we've never actually seen, I want them to meet and grow from there because they met in Damnation and then they were separated for 10 years. So it was like,
yeah,
they didn't really get to have that meet kind of thing. So I sat down and I wrote like 3,000 words and I was like, how's this for a meet them? And she loved it. And then that's it. It was 2 months ago and I wrote, I think 15 issues already.
oh my
So,
gosh.
But
it astounds me how quickly the two of you, like when your mind is
fixated
on that, it comes out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It just flows so naturally.
It's
for
crazy.
people who aren't familiar with Corissa, she is a co-writer named Jess. And so Corissa writes right. So Corissa writes Serafina and Jess writes Draven. So they answer back and forth. They send scripts back and forth to create these narratives. And so it boggles my mind how fast the two of them can go. I'm by myself and I still can't get shit done like that. Josh, why don't you tell Josh which cryptid this is?
This is the Wendigo. Now, before anyone yells, because it depends on, I do research because I was asked, so I do research. Stop. The Wendigo is technically supposed to look like a man because what it is, it's somebody that turned into a cannibal for whatever reason. They were trapped. They were hungry. It doesn't matter. Whatever reason, they become a cannibal and they liked it and they kept doing it. Usually, it's in the wintertime. It's usually from necessity, but it turns into this thing. Then they get possessed by a spirit and they become this thing that kind of looks like this. Now, the antlers were made popular way later into mythology, but I don't like humanoid creatures. I just don't like it. To me, they're human and I don't like them as creatures. So that's why we got in a fight with the werewolf. Remember the whole werewolf thing?
Yes.
I don't like humanoid creatures. So I made it, it's usually deer or moose antlers. And I went with the moose because it's not as common.
Right. No, it's important to have your own flair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're coming to your own story and like everybody is familiar with Bigfoot. Everybody is familiar, the Wendigo, Chupacabras. Like Corissa has a ton of cryptids built into this story. And I love how you guys, you did the research to figure out like, how can we make this our own? By the way, I want to give a shout out to Omazon over on Pilled. Thank you so much for the gold pills. I hope you're enjoying the show and tune in every week because we love you. So how many cryptids do you have planned out so far?
Okay, so there's 20 that will have the jars, right? So they have ingredients that need to be collected. For anyone that doesn't know, you have to follow along with Serafina and get 20 ingredients to do a certain elixir that she needs. We might do more later because I do like the collection thing, gives them a goal. But it's very hard to think of. So they can't kill the cryptid because I thought, well, how can I make this as hard as fuck? So I figured that would make it as hard as can be. So like for the Wendigo, you need a part of his antler, not the moose one. You need it from the deer one. So we have two Wendigos. So you need a part of the horn, the antler, and it has to be grinded up. But it has to be alive when you collect it. Now you could kill it after. I don't think they've actually. I think we're on issue 15. I think one got killed. One got killed by sheep. That one cracks me up. But anyway,
that's funny. Those sheep make me laugh, by the way.
Fucking sheep. I love those things.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's 20 cryptids that are guaranteed to have jars. And then there's another like 10 to 20 so far. Because this is what happens. And this is a horrible habit, a horrible rabbit hole to get into. Like, for example, I want the burrow, which is gator-looking things that supposedly really did exist and got extinct because they decided to drain the water they lived in, and they came back later on, years later, and they did it again. So supposedly, it looks like the mix between an alligator and a Komodo dragon with these weird scales. So the ingredient you need is the scale from the tail. So I have her in the swamp, and I wanted something to happen in the swamp. So I had to look up what creatures are in the swamp. And it went down this rabbit hole of like, what the fuck is that thing?
Yeah.
So there's this creature, and I can't pronounce it because I'm dyslexic, but there's this creature that looks like an otter, but has a human hand on the end of its tail so that it can grab you and pull you under. It rips out your teeth and your eyes and then lets you sink and die. Like, that's literally what it does.
How rude.
Rude, right? That's what I said.
I like my teeth.
I know. So then when we were in the cave was great because I'm like, all right, the Jersey Devil's in the cave. Leeds demon, for anyone that needs to be accurate. It's called the Leeds Devil until the 1900s. So since this is 18, and by the way, I just discovered yesterday, remember I said it was in the 1880s?
Yeah.
It has to be 1887 because the Dog Man only comes on the 7th year. It comes on a year with the set. So now I was like, all right, well, I guess it's 1887, which is one of the years it was spotted in 1887. So it's 1887. Anyway, I was in the caves and I was like, okay.
Else that does that?
What?
That comes every so many years? There's some.
Oh, the It monster.
Oh, yeah.
And technically,
Josh is right there. It could be the clown from It.
Yeah. But also, I think there's another one. Like the Wendigo had something about every 30-something year, but it's never been substantiated. So I'm not sure. So when I was in the cave, I wanted to look up what else is in the cave because my ant bats are in there where they have to get the egg from the ant bats. The Leeds Devil is in there. But I wanted something else that doesn't have an ingredient. So I was like, all right, what else do you have in there? Well, and the Tommy knockers are in there.
Right.
So I was like, okay, what else can I have in there? And that's when I discovered that the bull, the flaming bull, lives in a cave. So the bull from the Last Unicorn is a real creature. It's spelled AAXTE, and it's a mythology bull that punishes evil doers for the goddess Mari. So I had a ball with this. And Jessica, it's her fault. She advanced it because I just brought it in for like a cameo. And she brought it back to attack Draven, which made perfect sense because Draven is a demon.
Yeah, because he's dark.
So then I was like, now we have to expand on this. And it became a whole series. Like this whole thing just comes and goes. But I love this bull. So that was not intentional. I just looked up cryptids in caves and it was like this rabbit hole of stuff. So I research everything I find.
Can you imagine if like this bull just doesn't leave Draven alone? Like he's doing his thing, he's trying to, and then this bull shows up. He's like, gosh dang it.
Well, I can't because it'd be a spoiler if I did, but there's something that happens that Seraphina promises. So Goddess Mari will punish those evil things, and she's got like this thing she does. So Seraphina was like, I'll take any punishment that happens as long as Draven's on my side. It's not going to happen. So this goddess just kind of tracks what they do and where they're going to make sure that he's actually protecting Seraphina. So it's this whole thing. But yeah, the bull does come and go.
Yeah, the bull just like it's like your cat, your black cat that just keeps showing up.
Oh my! The pets that join her in this are insane. Like it's a great marketing thing, but it was not the intention. Like
what's the one we were laughing about?
Squonk.
The squonk.
Squonk. Like. This was not intentional. So Apollo always.
I laughed so hard.
Oh my god!
We're talking about that squonk.
Oh my god! So Apollo was always going to join. Apollo is the rat from Apollo, and it has a sun thing on its eye, and it gets a little red bandana, which fit perfectly. So, that I love Apollo. That's the only creature that was going to be there. I knew one or two would probably follow her around because it always happens. But Squonk was not intentional. It was just. So for anyone that doesn't know, Squonk is an ugly creature that just wails in the forest because it's ugly. Like it just cries. And if you get it to cry too much, it cries into a puddle. Like it just bawls. That's all it does. So one of the ingredients is Squonk tears. So they go into the woods, and anyone that hasn't read it, I'll tell you, Seraphina is an angel descendant. She's very sweet to things. I mean, unless you fuck with Draven, then she's worse than Draven. But as long as you're not fucking with Draven, she's a sweetheart. So she's trying to, feel bad. She's petting the thing, and it really is ugly. But she's petting it, and she's like, it's okay. You're not that ugly. You're okay. So it stops crying. So now that she can't get the tears because she's like, shit. Draven pulls out a gun and says, then he's not needed. And he points it at and it starts wailing. So Draven wants to kill it, and Seraphina thinks it's adorable. So of course the fucking thing follows her around. And it was only supposed to follow her for to the camp and then be gone in the no, it's been 7 issues and it's still there.
They can't get rid of it.
It either hinders what they're doing because if Seraphina's in danger or something, or it's dangerous, it starts crying and it gives away their position.
Gosh.
So they've gotten in trouble twice. Twice it did save them with the crying. So it has its moments. Draven still wants to shoot it. He keeps saying it looks like it would smell really bad. She says it doesn't smell. She's cleaned it. She poured water on his head. That was enough. But it was funny because I went to, she was going to go feed it something, eggs or something. And then I had to look up, like it was a real thing. Where would this be? I had to look up.
What would it eat?
What does it eat? And it said, there was literally a website, and I'm guessing, obviously, it's a satire, but they wrote it in a way, how to take care of your squonk pet. So I was like, that's perfect. So it only eats plants and fruit. So no eggs for squonk. I wound up eating strawberries and sugar cubes. And then I had to change its teeth because now it has to have flat teeth because I don't really think it has much teeth. I know. But anyway, squonk is adorably ugly, and everyone I tell to wants the plushie. I'm only making 2 of them.
That would make a great plushie. And I just think it's so funny that like it follows them around, it gets them in trouble. Draven wants to shoot it. Sarah says no, and this thing just balls the entire time.
Yeah, and it falls off the horse twice.
So frustrated.
So now Draven calls it splat because it falls off the horse and just crumbles to the ground. It's just this fat little. The way to describe it, I've seen 2 things. Mine is an in between of it, but to picture it, it looks to me like a Shar-Pei. Really? It looks like a Shar-Pei that's just uglier, like an enhanced ugly Shar-Pei. Shar-Peis are the really wrinkly dogs. That's what it looks like. Mine is not wrinkly, but he is fat and stonky and kind of, he does look like he would be called. Yeah. So mine is between the top 2 you see there, and mine's kind of between those 2. But we embroidered tears on it. So
what?
We embroidered tears.
You embroidered tears on the plushie?
Yeah, on the plushie, yeah. And it looks so pathetic. We had to change it though, because originally I made it look like, you see the frog? I made it look kind of like the frog, but I didn't like it. It wasn't fat enough and it wasn't stonky enough. And then I said also the way it was made, I was like, he won't be able to walk. He's got to walk too slow. So she puts this ugly thing on her horse. Which even Apollo's like, what the fuck is this thing? Cracks me up. So the other thing that follows is I guess I shouldn't say that because it gives it away. She has a flying thing that follows her around. It is not Chatty. It is not Chatty. Chatty's in it, by the way, because he's technically a cryptid. He is a chameleon vampire.
Is it Chatty or is it Chatty's descendants?
No, it's descendants. This is Chatty. Yeah. This is Chatty. It's his descendants. And there's no ingredient from him. I just really wanted him in the background because he's such a cool little guy. But no, we didn't do that. And then I was like, well, she's not gonna have any flying things. And now the flying thing follows her around. So, which is a great plot device because he's not always there. So it's like when I need someone to fly, he's there. But he actually caused trouble too because he was flying to find her and it drove everything to her. So these creatures are more trouble than they're worth. So
they're like real pets.
Yeah. They are, but the squonk just cracks me up. Do you believe in ghosts? I saw a ghost. I'm gonna tell this story. We have like 2 hours to go, right?
Yeah, man. Well, you got like another hour. Yeah, you got plenty of time.
It's a short story. Nothing I say is short. It's a short story, but I tell short stories long. So I told you the story, right? About being in the house with the cats, cat sitting. Have I not told you the story? The shadow creature.
No.
Oh, well, shit. Exclusive on Laurie's show on Wednesday evening, Tuesday Brew. So I was cat sitting when I was a teenager. It was the first time there. And I normally don't sleep with lights. I like pitch black. And I don't know if it's because of this. Now that I think back, it could be because of this. So I was sleeping in this room. There was nothing in this room. It was literally a bed. No, it was a bed and the door leading out. That was it. And I'm laying in bed. I just got into bed and I'm laying there and I just look over and there's a shadow of a man going across the wall in front of me. And I'm watching it. And I'm not scared at this point. I'm just watching it. And it's just a tall man from the floor to the ceiling, walk. And it goes under the bed. And without thinking, I jumped up to go look under the bed. But I stopped myself. I wasn't that stupid as I thought I was. So I went to go look and I was like, wait, why would I want to see that? I'm going back to bed. So I went in bed and now I was scared to get out of bed. So I don't know how long it took to fall asleep, but when I fell asleep, when I woke up, I convinced myself that I must have dreamed it. I was like, I must have dreamed it and jumped up and thought I saw it. And it wasn't until like years later I was watching like some haunted story, and this woman's like, "Oh yeah, I was laying in bed and there was a shadow man that walked across and went under the bed," and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I don't think I really I don't remember falling asleep. I remember watching it go and go. I don't know what I would have seen under the bed, and I've always had a fear of putting my hands behind my head. I used to have a bed with the railings.
Yeah.
I always thought something would grab me. So my beds have solid forms. I don't have anything. So for me to go look under the bed is one of the stupidest things I've ever considered doing. Like, why would I look under the bed?
What?
What?
That's the Hat Man. The Hat Man comes when you're asleep and he wants things. You got to pay that.
He didn't have a hat. I can tell you that. Yeah.
No, thank you.
But I'll never forget that. But I do remember that clear as day and watching it. And then I don't know if I don't think the Shadow Man's a poker guy, so I don't think it does anything. But I didn't go back the next day. I got fired, which I was super happy about, because they said all the dirt and the plants were dug out. That's right, you are.
That's scary. I mean, yeah, you have a hat, but if you're the Hat Man, that's scary.
So yeah, all the plants had dirt pulled out, and they thought I did it. I don't know what they were thinking. But I never went back, and I did have. I'm glad it wasn't my house, because I can't even imagine. But that isn't the only paranormal experience that I know I experienced. Like, I thought I've heard things, not in my house. Well, I did, but you have 4 cats, so
yeah,
any sound there could be a ghost parading around with banging pants together, and I'll just be, "Fucking cats, shut up!" Like, I have no idea what's in this house.
The cats are all watching him like, "What's this thing?" And you're like, "Shut up, cats!" And they're like, "Lady."
I will tell you that I'm glad I stopped pet sitting. There was another time that I was pet sitting overnight, and with a dog. It was this giant Bernese mountain dog, and we were sitting in the living room. And all of a sudden, the dog went out of the room. And I've been there many, many times. And the dog came to come back. Like, I think it went to drink water, and it came to get back. And it stopped in the doorway, stared at the wall behind me, looked up, and just started barking.
Okay.
And I was like, "Come here, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And it just kept barking, and it would not, no matter what I said. And it always sat on the couch. So I'm like, we're gonna go. Like, we're just gonna
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna leave this room and never come back.
Yeah. So I did not go into that room again. I don't know if that's the last time I pet sat there, because I did it so many times, but I never went in that room again if I did. So I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was really there or what was going on, but I don't know. But I didn't see anything.
Look who it is. Hey,
hello.
George.
Weren't you on his show yesterday, you traitor?
Yeah, I was. I know. I was traitor. Like, I'm going to hear it.
Traitor.
I'm normally on Carissa's non-show on Mondays, but George has a new show, and I went on last night. It was good, though. You know what, Corissa, he was asking questions that I was like, I'm sorry, I can't answer that, because he's dialed into where the story is going, and he's asking questions that it's like, well, that's going to be a spoiler. So there's like 2 or 3 times where I was like, I can't tell you. I know Corissa would be like, well, let me explain to you how the ending of Path of the Pale Rider is.
I would. I'm just convinced that nothing I show you is going to make you not want to read it. So that's just how it is. You know, I will show you. Let me see. I wanted to. Where the hell is it? Oh, yeah.
World by Nem.
You want me to show everyone the pin?
Yeah, show me. Yeah, if you have stuff to put up, man, because this is the preview page, but you have so much other stuff. If you want to share it, just stick it on the. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Ooh. This is the enamel pin.
I think this is going to be my best pin. Like, I have all the cryptids I'm doing. There's at least the 20 are getting done. But then the Leeds demon doesn't have an ingredient. That's getting done. And so's the bull. Yeah, there'll be more than 20. Yeah. But I think this came out so perfectly. And I did this in the soft enamel. Which I'm glad I did, because doesn't it look bony? I like it. Yeah, he looks great. I can't. Oh, it doesn't let me oh no, I guess you can't. If I could download it, I can. Take it off the screen for the moment. What?
I'll take it down on the screen just a moment, just in case. I learned the hard way. Like I had Facebook up and like messages were coming in and I was like, I don't want people to read those. So I took it down. Like,
Yeah. Okay, you could show it now. Let's see.
All right.
Does it still not let me scroll? Oh yeah, here. So it's supposed to have all these symbols, but instead it looks like it just has the Zodiac killer symbol, whatever. There is a symbol that has meaning to it, and it's why this Wendigo has it and the other ones don't. But anyway, so this is look at the detail on this thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And let me see. Yeah, you might want to take it off the screen for a second.
Just to make sure we're not spoiling anything.
Well, because
conversation where you and I are talking about spoilers.
Yeah, that's the reason. It's all the juicy stuff. All right, you can show it now.
These are super cool.
Can I
glow in the dark, right?
Yeah, it is. Right? I've already been told by like 5 people it needs to glow in the dark.
Yeah.
But look at this. I just realized this. So there's a computer screen behind it, but it looks like it comes out of the picture. Like it looks. Can you see that? Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It comes out of the picture. But look at this. Look at the details in this.
I love his little spine.
I love his
epic too.
So
yeah.
I'm getting 2 versions of the plushies of this. The handmade one, which is only going to be 2 of, and then I'm getting hopefully one that looks like this from the people that did Anubis.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to be completely honest. Those people, they either do an amazing job or it scares the living shit out of me. Like there's no in between for these plushies. It's either looks amazing or not.
Nam, you do not look like that, sir.
You glow in the dark?
Although we might feel like that. I feel you. Like in the morning before coffee, I feel like I'm a bag of bones. Thrown together with some moose antlers. My hair could be mute. I think my hair's big enough. You think?
To what? To be antlers?
To be like moose antlers.
You know,
glue, hairspray.
You can come be at the cons dressed as Wendigo. You know what's funny? Because
Corissa, I'm there. Give me a black jumpsuit with like I can crochet bones, and then a headdress, and I can just scare your customers. They will love it.
Yeah. I had thought, because I have been told that I should cosplay. The only character I would cosplay anymore is Claire Redfield. And I realized, I thought it was gone, but I realized we still have the jacket from Leon from Resident Evil 4. So I was like, you could cosplay as Leon. We'll get you he doesn't wear a hat. I think there's one that you can wear a hat with. But yeah, we have I bought it. Oh my God. 15 years ago? No, it has to be longer than that. When did
you want to interview Claire Renfield? Yes.
Yeah. I role played as her for 15 years. Serafina everyone always thinks that Serafina is inspired by Buffy, but she's actually inspired by Claire Redfield. Because she's got that badass attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But I have you can buy her jacket and I have her hair. It's always in a ponytail. There you go.
So but you know what? When I was at Cowtown this weekend, I did my Apocalypse cowgirl outfit and I was selling my whatever from my table as someone from Path of the Pale Rider. It wasn't a main character. It was just like, I got stuff in the Apocalypse. Yeah. But so you could totally do that. You could dress up as in cowgirl outfit and be like, I got your cryptid parts. I got your, you could totally do that for your world and people would love it. Be like, yeah, you collect cryptids, you hunt cryptids. And they open like the briefcase one. That would be hilarious. Be like, what y'all look for? I got it.
Oh my God, look at this outfit. What size? Do they have sizes? Because I'm a kind of
put it up on the screen. I want to see it.
Hold on. Yeah, I need. It's not the jacket from the original. Where the hell is my share screen? Hold on.
Pops is popping.
Carissa. Yeah. I must interview Claire.
I'm looking at the outfit now, just for you.
Yes, we got to do this.
Whoa.
Yes, we got to do it. Yes.
I'm gonna buy this.
You don't have to spend money to do it, but I
No, I do.
want-
I'm gonna wear this at cons, man. This is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Now
okay.
this is the remake. Unfortunately, I want her real jacket, but I will buy this for now.
Did you see the premise of the show? What I was building, the
No.
new show. It's called Fourth Wall Interviews with Pops Van Zandt. I'm going to interview characters about what they do, who they are, about the world they live in. I'm not interviewing you as a creator. I'm interviewing Claire Renfield. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be awesome.
Claire Redfield will destroy you, and I'm all for it. Let's do it.
Yes.
She's very sarcastic. She's kind
That's
of
cool.
bitchy, so I think I could do this.
It's as long as you're in character. I want to interview the actual character. That's all. It's just something new we came up with, and we're going to roll with it. And yeah, I got a bunch of people that are like interested. So if you want to do it, you're definitely up near the top of the list for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm literally buying this outfit right now. The only thing I don't know, I think I'm extra large.
What? Nem, what is this? Then I thought, how about Corissa or Laurie dog costumes? You're going to dress up your dog as Laurie or Corissa? Is that what I'm understanding?
I don't know where that's going.
I'm surprised
you got some explaining to do.
That's not Kevin.
That's Nem. Yeah.
Kevin probably has our cutout.
We probably has voodoo dolls made of us.
Oh, he's gotta.
Or like maybe paper plates with their face stuck to it.
I don't even know how this weighs.
Oh, from the characters from your books. You just put Laurie or Corissa. I didn't understand it was Anubis or Big James.
I did consider someone dressing up as Serafina, but I'm not going to dye my hair. Claire at least has hair that looks like mine, so she's easy.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out where I need my I'm gonna have to measure myself after this to make sure. I'm pretty sure I'm extra large because I have big breasts. I've got like double D's, so I'm gonna guess that they're. It's the only benefit for being overweight, being chubby.
No. Then like, I take it back. No, don't come for me, Laurie. Don't kill me.
Yeah, you could dress up like me. You could. All you do is put your dog's hair in a ponytail, and you're done.
I don't think we're dressing up my dog this year.
Oh, my dog has.
My dog is Big James.
I'm gonna be Big James.
I'm just telling other people they could dress their dog up as Big James.
He could be. Maybe we'll get him a cowboy hat, and the dog could be can be Jude. I'm trying to convince my husband to be Jude.
Yeah, I want Oliver to be Leon. Oh yes, but the jacket weighs. I kid you not, it's like 30 pounds. So I never wore it. It cost me $100, which is super cheap considering it's 30 pounds of real leather. But it has I have to find. I thought he threw it away because it was so heavy. I probably cried. I was like, "Don't throw it away." But I knew he could. I was like, "You'll never wear it." But I loved it. I must have bought it in 2006, 2007 when it came out. So almost 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's only two things I've been obsessed with.
See pictures of this. I want to see pictures of the coat for sure.
Well, and it's really cheap. So I'm just going to get the extra large.
Okay.
But yeah, I am going to be Big James for Halloween this year. I found a copy
to my list, Carissa.
Yeah.
Add it to your list. Oh, add it to her list. Yeah.
For the show. Yeah.
For Claire.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Let's see what else it says. Due to the light and screen difference, color, I don't care. 28 working days. I'm trying to think if it'll be here for the next. Well, I can't dress up as Claire for the next one anyway, so this is probably going to be for Nashville and then just for on screen. It doesn't really say anything else, so I'm just going to assume.
You could just wear it around your house.
Well, it's a jacket. So
what are you wearing? What?
Yeah,
it's a jacket.
I mean, it's $27. If worst comes to worst, I'll just keep it. Like this is not a breaking the bank thing. Plus, it has the straps. There's no way that shit's fitting around my thighs, but I'll figure out a way to make that work. My thighs.
I love those. Especially for I think that's a gun. Is it a gun holster or a gun?
The leg one should be a gun holster.
Yeah.
And the back, I forgot. Yeah, the back one is supposed to be her spray, her medical spray. Fucking shipping's $45. Really?
Where's it shipping from? France?
That's a good fucking question.
China.
I mean, it's still worth it. I'm just
Yeah, I know. But still, gosh dang it. Because it's like the shipping's more than the item.
I hate that. Oh, if Oliver knew that the shipping, well, they have 1,300 positive reviews, so that's pretty good. Still, $78. I'm gonna get it anyway. I mean, then people take pictures of you because they'll know who you are at cons.
I was thinking of doing the Big James costume at the con, but then I realized I wouldn't be able to see or talk really well or feed myself food or pee. Yeah. So I was like, maybe not at the con. Yeah.
See, they do have a jacket with the angel on the back, but it's like $144. What I might do is make one and kind of stick it on the back, you know?
Yeah, you can make the angel and stick it there.
Yeah, I forgot what the angel said, but oh wait, does it say here? No.
What's the jacket made out of?
This one's leather. I'm sure it's fake leather.
Real leather? Fake leather?
I'm sure it's fake leather.
Yeah, for $26.
Well, she's smart. She wears leather. Helps if the zombie bites you.
Mm-hmm.
Made in heaven. That's what the angel used to say.
Oh, cool.
I think. Yeah, made in heaven.
So. Finish that and then tell people what you're planning on doing with all these cryptids at cons. Because we started there and I was like, I diverted you shortly. But I want you to go back and start because you hate cons, but you're going to be doing cryptid cons because you have stickers and you have pins. And like, what's the whole point of that? So people can collect the cryptids with the story? Like you have a whole thing planned out.
For at the con, the cryptids are mostly to get people to come to the table because people like just stickers. Like they don't care, you know. Not a lot of people will read comics, so it's kind of get them to my table, and then I can like pounce on them because I can talk my story, but I have a hard time calling them over. So this will call them over. Plus, it helps subsidize the price because people buy stickers galore. Now, for the point of them in the story is, so during the story, you have the option of buying a journal. You don't have to buy the journal, but every Kickstarter will have the pages from the journal. So anyone that watches Supernatural, you're supposed to write the powers, a quick sketch of it, like a stick figure of it, and then what the powers are and how to kill it. So for her, you're going to see cryptids that are in the background, and then they'll be on it later. So it's kind of a hint of where they're going to be and what you're going to see. So like, I'll tell you the first one is just Bigfoot and Wendigo and Apollo. I guess I could put Apollo in there. But for 2, they don't interact with too many of them, but you're going to see the Crow Demon, the Mothman, and the Snagglegaster, and they're going to be in the backgrounds for a panel, so you kind of have to find them. And then there'll be a page for that. And I'm not guaranteeing this, but the goal is to draw it myself. I am so out of whack. I tried drawing the other day, and I was like, I don't know how I used to draw. This is awful. It doesn't have to look good, but I have some pride. So we'll see how it works out. Worst comes to worst, they will be stick figures because in Supernatural, they're stick figures because they draw them quick. And Seraphine is going to be drawing hers. Like I think the first page, she's drawing the Wendigo in her journal. So you'll get those pages for free if you back the Kickstarter. If you back that Kickstarter, you could buy them if you miss them. Yeah. If you want, the pages will fit into the journals that I sell. But if you want to buy your own journal, you can buy your own journal. I think I'm selling the journals for like $10, so they're not a lot. But yeah, so the pages will fit in there. And then you could put stickers in there thanks to Laurie. Because she's like, stickers?
I was like, you have a collection, you have a spot for the stickers, right? Because you're going to be making all the stickers that should be in the journal.
So how I'm thinking I'm going to do it is the first page will be the picture. So I can make the picture bigger. And then you turn the page and it's going to be the powers, the sticker section and the powers and the weaknesses and all that stuff. So you're going to have that. But there's also going to be a map that she's going to draw as she goes. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. I might have the map all the way drawn, or it might be in sections and you can pierce them together. Because there's an apothecary box you can buy, and I bought the size so that it fits all 20 jars and the journal and the map and anything else you want to buy. It fits right in there. And it's going to be lined in velvet.
Fancy.
I refuse to work on this until this Kickstarter is done. But I'm going to have 2 months to work on it. I actually have all the jars. I have all the charms. So each jar comes with a charm, probably
Yeah.
pewter or metal charm. Some are bigger than others. I try to do small so that it wouldn't. I had to redo. Did I tell you I had to redo the werewolf one? It was just so big.
Dang
It was. You could. I'm going to give them away or sell them or
Yeah.
do stretch goals because they're cool. They're like big heads of a snarling werewolf, but it's so big. It just won't. Yeah, because the jars are small. So anyway, they're going to have a label. It's going to say ethically sourced and do not ingest. So
do not ingest. Yeah, super important. Don't eat this, please.
Well, somebody said it. Now I have to do it because I'm like, he's like, are they edible things? And I was like, no, they're like feathers. And
why would you want to eat cryptids anyway?
I don't know. Anyway, so the jars won't necessarily be for when the cryptids are found. Some of them will be, but like some of them that are later on will be early. Like the cryptid. The first one's going to be the Wendigo. Is the first one because he's seen. Now that I don't even know when they get that ingredient because I haven't written it yet. So it's later on. So we're gonna have the jars because there's no jar collecting until I think there's one in issue 3, and then I think it starts in 4. So for the first 2, I'm just gonna have which ones I want to do the most.
Yeah.
But they'll be offered, later too. But yeah, so they're gonna have a label and they're gonna have wax seal, and then they're gonna have our logo stamped in it. All the ingredients are different.
I'm sorry, Corissa.
What?
Because a lot when we were brainstorming these, I was like, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. She's like, damn it, Laurie, I must make all these. I'm like,
yeah, she got me. I got the wax gun because of her. She found wax, shiny wax, so I had to buy that. So
like, look at it. Well, I would find pictures too. I was like, look at this. Like, look how they wound the
I bought the twine.
Yeah, the twine around it, and then they put the charm on it. I was like, look at that.
Yeah, I bought that.
I don't make any of that stuff. I don't. So I was just like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Send this to Corissa. Have fun.
Yeah. Well, the ingredients vary, obviously. I'll tell you that the first one is going to be the Wendigo's horn ground up. I haven't put it together yet because, like I said, I refuse to touch anything until this Friday. So when the Kickstarter ends,
finish strong.
I'm not going to have anything Kickstarter related for November and December. I'm going to be lost. I'm going to need.
No, you're just going to make jars.
Jars. That's it. I'm going to make fucking jars. But yeah, I'm going to make those. But there's different ones, and some of them are just. There you go.
So Nem's story, there's this doll, this demonic doll.
Nice.
Named Maisie. So she rides we were talking about having her ride a Big James plushie. So Chupacabra would fit right in, man. She just loves to ride all the nasty plushies.
Yeah, I mean, so I wasn't gonna do there's 2 to 3 new plush cryptids per Kickstarter.
Oh my God, Corissa!
So the first one is Bigfoot, Wendigo, and Apollo, and then the second one is the ones I announced before is the Snaggle Monster, the Snagglegaster, which nobody's probably heard of, but when you see it,
he's funny looking.
Oh my God, I got the
he's like a chicken lizard with.
You want to see? Here, hold on. I have a picture. It's not the official one, but it's
not.
She has to fix the beak for me. But hold on, let me see.
See, he has a.
You haven't even seen it, so this is exclusive.
I thought I saw the one with he has clawed feet and he has one eye.
Yeah, but I had this person do the
Oh, the plushie. No, I have not seen the plushie.
Yeah. So hold on.
You're just
I don't
working
know why
on so
it's
stuff.
so hard for me to figure out how to stream. I mean, this isn't rocket science here.
It's not brain science surgery, rocket surgery.
Yeah, it's not rocket surgery. I mean, geez. All right, so here, where's the damn thing? All right, here.
Push the share button. They're so weird.
I'm super convinced that it was
a bottom beak.
What?
Does he have a bottom beak, or is it just the top beak and the?
There's a bottom beak. You just can't see it.
So the stuff that just comes out of its mouth?
It's like a tongue. Yeah.
That's a tongue.
That's how it apparently it flies over the water. So in the background, he's going to be fishing in the river, getting fish with his mouth. It's disgusting. But my guess is, if I was to say how this came about, I think it was a vulture that tried to eat a squid or an octopus, a mini octopus in the ocean, and somebody just saw this thing flying with tentacles come out of its mouth. Because what the hell else would that be? Look at it.
Yeah, exactly. What in the nine hells is that?
Yeah, to me, this is how I described it to the artist and to the plush queen. It is a raptor with the head of a vulture, the wings of a vulture, but the feet of a chicken. So, yeah. And one eye.
It looks like a cyclopean griffin.
With tentacles out of its mouth.
The tentacles is what gets me, though. Like,
okay, a cyclopean Cthulhu griffin.
That's it.
Yep.
Cthulhu having a bad day. Yeah. Cthulhu chicken.
Looks like Cthulhu got eaten to me, but
yeah.
No, Cthulhu like touched a chicken and it became this thing.
Pretty much. That's pretty much how it is. So anyway, it's
Cthulhu Griffin.
That's our crazy little monster. She is sketching next the Leeds Jersey Devil. And then she's doing the
these are so cool until she starts making them like, oh god.
Yeah. So she's doing in our story where we have Dogman versus the werewolf, and I got in a tiff with somebody in one of the shows. So apparently we had the argument of, so the Dogman apparently has a very strict following. So when I do the sticker, it probably won't have the cowboy hat. It'll wear the cowboy hat in the story, but it's not gonna in the sticker because I might piss off somebody. Or I think we're gonna do both.
Yeah, don't piss off the
no.
Because there's a cult following for each one of these cryptids.
Oh yeah, there is. That's why I do my research, bitches, because I have to make sure these are good. So for the that's why it's 1887. So now we have a year. Before I didn't care. It was 1880s. You know, I don't know. So it's 1887 because it shows up in the sevens, and it's not every 7 years. It's wouldn't that make it every 10 years? It's every year with the 7. So I don't know why it says it has to end in the 7. So I don't know. Anyway. The Dogman has blue or amber eyes, and we went with amber because Seraphina's gonna have blue eyes later when she transforms, and Draven has red eyes. So the werewolves had to contradict. So it has amber glowing eyes, black fur, and it has longer fur for the head, kind of. I think I showed you a picture. Yeah. But they don't like fucking cats. They don't like unnatural things, and they're very territorial. So they won't necessarily be against you. They just aren't really for you. Right. So the Dogman is going to be kind of on my, Seraphina's side, because what happens is one of the ingredients is the fang of a werewolf. So she sees the Dogman and she thinks, because she hasn't been hunting at the point for 7 years, so she would have never seen one. She thought it was a werewolf, so she tackles it and tries to get it. And the thing's like, yeah, I'm not a werewolf kind of thing.
Yeah, look, now I agree. The Dogman has a strict following, the most accurate statement of where we are in 2024 ever uttered. The Dogman has a better representation than I do.
That's why he doesn't. So originally he had clothes, but he looked like a furry. So I decided not to. Nothing against furries. I just figured Dogman probably followers would not like that. So he doesn't have any clothes. But they don't like unnatural things, and they're territorial. So they have a war against werewolves because, in my opinion, like I said, I don't like humanoid things. Right. So to me, it's a human with a curse. It's not natural. And this person's like, well, magic is natural. I was like, no, magic's magic. That's why it's magic. Right. And magic can be natural because, witches use it and all that stuff. So that's fine. But it's still an unnatural.
It's a curse.
It's a curse.
That's unnatural. Yeah.
So it's, and it depends what lore you go with. There are werewolves that are born werewolves. But in this story, I'm going to just let everyone know ahead of time. My cryptid is Dogman because I don't like humanoid. And Jessica's is the werewolf. So she's picky as all hell. And she actually feels bad about it. But I said, you get one cryptid you picked. So you do whatever you want. So she is very, very adamant that the way it looks. And the way it looks is like sickly. It's like it gets chained up. It's been chained up. And so it carries around chains on its wrist.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it can change from human to whatever. I don't think she's following the phases. I don't know if she's following, probably not. She's probably not following the moon phases. I think what we decided was during the full moon, it's stronger, but it can change whenever it wants.
Gotcha.
The dog man is a dog standing up all the time. And I originally had him gray.
Speaking of wolves.
Hello.
Gray wolves.
It's generally black, so he's going to be black.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to be, he's probably going to, she wants him to talk, and I'm probably going to have them say some things, but kind of like, not really. Like the werewolves can talk. The dog man, I haven't decided what he's going to say. Probably random words, like a Pokemon. I don't know. But he's gonna help them fight the werewolves. So there's gonna be like a gang fight going on between werewolves and the dog man.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Like so you are related. No?
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah.
Not friends. Well, they're not friends.
The funny thing is that somebody asked me literally yesterday, because I was asking what cryptid should I do next. Every time I post a new cryptid picture, I say, what should I do next? And somebody said dog man versus werewolf. And I was like, funny story. So
you're like, where are you doing that?
Shapeshifters. Yeah, there's different skin, like there's skinwalkers. There's the supposedly some lore that vampires can turn into. I've seen them turn into wolves. I've never seen them turn into like werewolves. I don't think.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well, in our story, the werewolves do transmit. You can't turn into a dog man by being bit, but you can turn into a werewolf by being bit.
How do you turn into a dog man?
I'm saying you're born that way.
You were born
That's
that
why
way.
it's more natural. You're born that way. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know.
Just born with it.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that point. I've hinted in my writing. I wrote that it's trying to get out of its chains. That's all I've written so far. So there's spots of it. What issue is that? Hold on, I'm losing track. 12?
Yeah.
I think the first scene of it is 11 or 12.
Yeah. Okay.
But
you see, that's so crazy because here we are talking about issue 12. And when does the Kickstarter launch for the Western?
January 6th for issue 1. Yeah.
Launches in January. So we'll get there eventually. But this is why I'm always like, I thought we already did this.
Yeah. You're like,
it's because you already did it. And I lettered the title. Yeah, that was it. That's
you already lettered like a bunch of them. See, I don't do Skunk Ape because to me, it's Bigfoot. I know there's a controversy but really it's what territory it's in, whether it's Skunk Ape or Bigfoot. Just like the Yeti is like a cold Bigfoot, like, Yeti is more different than a Bigfoot compared to Bigfoot and a Skunk Ape. It really depends. I've done research on
both. Is a Skunk Ape?
That's what I said.
What?
We're not familiar with the term Skunk Ape, but apparently
it's a term. Depending on who you ask, it's either Bigfoot that was renamed that in a different territory, or it's a totally different creature that's more of a standing up ape. So it's kind of, I do know my stuff, and if I don't, I make it up. But
she researches. This is the thing this is how you know Carissa's cryptids and monsters have always been top notch. Even from when I first started reading Redemption, I was like, man, that's
okay. So what region? What region calls Bigfoot Skunk Ape? Because I never heard it before.
I actually I don't know because I don't like them. Because like I said, Florida calls it skunk ape, but I don't know if it was started there. Florida,
swamp ape, skunk ape.
Wow. Skunk ape is what they call it, but yeah, it's more of a southern thing. More
swamp ape. If it was in the southeast,
skunk ape is So it looks like Bigfoot, but in the swamp. So it really it's just territorial, like But it depends which. It depends who you talk to, because a skunk ape to some people is a whole different creature. It depends. I go on the aspect of it being like Bigfoot. Yeah.
This looks like another Bigfoot to me.
He
That's
looks
what
like
I
a
said.
Bigfoot.
That's
Just
what I
another
said.
Bigfoot.
Maybe it's just Bigfoot, but in Florida.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
I think
Bigfoot.
like territories
Chunky.
name their own things. So, I mean,
Okay, Corissa.
the Leeds devil is named after the family. It was spotted on Leeds territory.
Oh.
But then in the 1900s, they changed it to the Jersey Devil because it was in Jersey.
I want you to research Arizona's version of Bigfoot. It's called the Mogollon Monster, and it resides on the Mogollon Rim.
Wow.
And it supposedly has 2 legs and 3 arms, but I ain't never seen it. I don't know.
That sounds cool. I like the creatures that are insane. Like, I want to be able to draw something unique and you be able to tell what it is, but not know like you've seen it before.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. See, that's the Leeds devil or Jersey devil.
It's like a kangaroo goat with bat wings.
So it's a kangaroo body with bat wings and the head of a goat or a horse, depending on who you ask. And it's supposed to have a forked tail. I don't know if mine's going to have a forked tail.
Now, if you get close enough to see it that good, you're probably going to die anyway and not be able to tell anybody about it. So,
Look at this.
Well, they live mainly in caves. See, but someone wants me to do the goat man, and I don't want to do the goat man because to me, it's the same as the Jersey Devil. It's not. The goat man's completely separate, but it's humanoid, and I don't. The only humanoid cryptid I have is, besides the werewolf, is the Tommy knockers. Now, I hate that picture of the Jersey Devil.
This is probably the oldest one, though, isn't
That's
it?
the oldest one. Yeah, it's probably the most accurate, but I hate it. So the Tommy knockers, see, now I learned about this for the story. Tommy knockers are supposedly the spirit of miners that were killed in collapsed mines. So they knock on the walls to warn you that it's going to collapse. But they're also pranksters, and they'll move your shit around. They'll steal your tools. They'll do all sorts of things. Well, you can't. It's put Tommy Knocker cryptid because otherwise you come up with
otherwise it's all Stephen King stuff.
Yeah. Pretty much they look like little men with white whiskers. Yeah. The ingredient for them is white whiskers.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but they can be pranksters. Sometimes they'll knock to scare you. It depends on if they like you or not. So, but the main story supposedly is that they're spirits of the miners that died in mines. Not miners like in kids, but miners.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, that's kind of what I based mine on. Isn't it cute?
I don't know, Laurie.
I think they're like 3 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet tall. So.
What now?
I think Dante and Karen should research some cryptids, man.
Well, I was actually thinking
of cryptid on the show.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing a show just of like every week on the show. There's a new cryptid.
If you want to do that, you can bring it to the network. I like it.
Yeah, I have plenty of them, and I keep discovering new ones. I can't say half of them. Like I have no idea. Let me see if I can find that one with the
What's a yowie?
Yowie. Okay. Let's see. Otter, like.
Oh, it's another.
The only problem is a lot of them have different names, but with and on.
It's another Bigfoot.
Yeah. See,
this is why I think some of these cryptids are real, is because we've seen them in different parts of the country.
Okay, so I'm going to show you
another continent.
All right, hold on. Let me show you. Oh, you finally settled down to sleep next to me? That's nice of you.
You probably got in trouble for that, Grey Wolf. I'm just saying.
Okay, so can you see my thing? Okay. So this is the word. Go ahead and say it because I'm not going to say it. That's it. So mine looks more like this one. I'm thinking.
This is ancient Mesopotamia, like Azutoli.
Yeah.
Like
so look at this one's got a real hand on the end of it. So our cryptids don't follow regions. There is a portal that they can travel through. So there are things from other territories, but it follows more of their environment than their actual country versus whatever. So otherwise they'd be traveling with a plane or something, helicopter. Like, how are they going to get to all these cryptids?
Yeah.
But we follow their general, like this one lives in rivers and usually pulls you down into the river. So it's in a river. But yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah, I think we need to show Talking Cryptids with Corissa.
Yeah. Look at this one.
She can talk about whatever one she wants to every week. Up in northern Wisconsin in Rhinelander, they have one called the Hodag.
Yeah, that's in the story.
Hodag?
Briefly, it's a Hodag. Yeah, it's weird. I picked it because it's weird looking. It kind of looks like a dinosaur.
Yeah, it looks like a little reptile. Yeah.
At first, Jessica's like, you can't use it because it was a hoax. And we don't use hoaxes. However, it's not a hoax. What was a hoax was that somebody said they found it and they captured it. That was the hoax, not that it existed. Of course, if any of these existed. But the hoax wasn't that it existed. It's that they had it in town and they want the people to come see it. So. Yeah.
The high school in Rhinelander, I think, actually uses the Hodag as their mascot.
Even. Yes, they do. That's the one that had that's the one that did it.
I'll tell you how I know that. My stepfather grew up in Rhinelander, and I visited there a few times. And I had a cousin that was like 6'10" and played on the high school basketball team. He was like 6'10" at the time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the kid was just like, anybody want to look him up? He was Gary Thorstensen. And he was in every newspaper up there, every game. He was the guy made all the points. It was crazy.
I mean, in high school at 6'10", you're making all the points because you're at your nose level with the freaking.
But that's how I know about it. That's how I know about the Hodag, because I actually got to visit there a few times and knew people who,
what's that
one? Believe the legend, so to speak.
This is the Tennessean cryptids.
Oh.
And like I said, generally it's the same creatures with different names. But the one that I like is the not
deer. The ideas are coming hard. How about we do state at a time?
Not deer.
The not deer. And I didn't think anyone knew what this was.
And we cover the cryptids that are prevalent
by the state.
Yeah,
Funny.
So the not deer is a deer. No one knows the reasoning for it, but it just looks like it's a deranged. It's probably a deer with birth defects, but it looks like it's out of whack. Yeah, like it's one-sided. It looks like it's not on. Yeah, it's just really weird.
Like his front legs are going backwards.
Yeah, it's a really weird
wasting disease in deer. You ever seen a deer with wasting disease?
Yes,
you're insane.
Well, do you know the story of the jackalope? The jackalope is from a real rabbit. They have these calcium nodules on their head, face and head, and they look like antlers. And that's probably where it started.
Okay, Corissa, I'm telling you right now, if you don't host this show, I'm going to get somebody else to do it. So I want it to be yours. I want you to do this show on the network. It'd be awesome. Awesome.
Trying to find the
real one.
Well, I've seen it like 1,000. Oh, here it is. So that's
Jesus.
What the hell? Where'd it go? Look at it.
No, really? That's fucking fungal cordyceps takeover.
But that's what originally they thought it was. They thought this was a jackalope. So that's where the legend probably started, with somebody seeing this thing.
Yeah. Some mutated bunny, and you're like,
yeah. I would say I can't believe that we have already talked for an hour and 42 minutes, but generally I talk for like 2 days straight.
Well, so. Here's the thing. I love those cryptids, man. And that's one of the I think huge selling point for your Western is that it's your story writing with your monsters plus cryptids, and then you get to it's an experience. And me, I love the experience where it's like I get to play along, I get to go on scavenger hunts with Serafina and go collect ingredients, and oh my god, those bottles are going to be so cute. And just like the whole apothecary that you can build along with the story, I think is super cool.
Looks like Nem has a secret admirer.
I don't want to look that up. I'm not Googling that, Nem.
He said he ran into him driving through the cemetery in the middle of the night, Dude knocked on his door as he stepped out of the mist. I'm just saying, it sounds like
No,
he
thank
has a
you.
secret admirer, possibly a stalker or creeper.
Naked man. He
Run,
ain't looking
man,
up that.
run.
We ain't Googling. No, you get out of that cemetery, Nem. You don't go back. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Anyway, I went on a whole tangent, but there will be a map. So they could also follow along with the map. You could put the stickers, the free stickers on the map if you want to record where you see the cryptids.
Okay, so you're gonna. This is what I'm thinking in my head. Is 2 different kinds of stickers. You need to have the little 1-inch circle
Round, yeah.
stickers, that go on the map,
Yep.
and then you have to have the die cut stickers for inside of the journal for when they, whenever they find it, they could write the date that they found it in their journal.
There you go.
So have a date, so they
Yeah.
can notate it and put the sticker in there.
There you
I
go.
found the
That was the plan.
chupacabra on this
Yeah.
day, and it goes in the journal.
Chupacabra is also in the middle of getting sketched. And that is another creature that is very different per region. Like it's some has wings.
Yeah.
Ours don't have wings because our lead devil has wings. We made ours. I think I showed you a sketch. Ours looks like a reptile dog. That's what it looks like. So she's gonna work on that. Like I need her to work faster. Like she's like, I have other clients. It's like I know,
Not
but
everybody
really,
is Jonas. Let's be honest.
I know. Like, and I was like, I need this. She did get me a lot before, because I was like, I need as many as you can get because I have the expo on the 23rd. And I ordered already like 8 different stickers. Yeah, I think I ordered. I'm trying to think if I ordered the crows or not. I don't know. But yeah, so she's like, I have other clients, and I was like, I know, but
No, you don't.
I'm cooler.
You have Corissa Grant.
I actually stole her from Rob Motari.
Oh,
Who he had
now that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, he had the chibi stickers of his wolves, which by the way, his is live now. So go search Night Wolf.
Oh my gosh. There's a ton of people that are live right now, you guys.
He's already at 10. He was at over 10 grand.
Okay. So Rob doesn't need our help.
Yeah, he doesn't need us. But Rob's amazing. What?
We actually have 2 countdowns tomorrow.
We do?
We do. We have Nandor at 4:30 with Manchild number 3. And then on a special edition of the Baron Earls Show, we will be counting down Legends of Indie Comics, Robert Jashonik's book. So 2 countdowns tomorrow.
What's the thing that's happening? Is it tonight with the music?
Yes, that special thing. Yeah.
Wait. Let me pull it up before we run out of time here. Here we go. This
Tonight.
rock opera at World's End. Interesting. So it is Tuesday.
We will have our very first live music performance of the rock opera, Box of Tapes by Ezra Gale and the Ear Google Band. They will be live at World's End Comics in Kingston, New York. And we will be broadcasting this live tonight. Our first live music show on the Madness. It's going to be awesome. Awesome.
You have to tell Oliver so he can also go live musical things. Does Oliver's band tour?
Yeah. Anybody.
Oh, I was like, my Oliver? He's not going to go live.
He won't play music. Like, it's not like you have to do anything. It's just to set up a camera and point it at the stage.
Yeah, talking about my Oliver or his Oliver?
Yours.
Mine would, yeah.
Does his band tour? Do they do live performances?
He's trying to get him to tour because he used to go on stage and it's hot as fuck. I love it. It's like the sexiest thing ever to have him on stage. And he wants to. He's trying to convince the rest of the band to go live because he thinks the only way to get your music out is to go live, which is what he is. So yeah, they're doing an album next year, which he finally convinced him to do. So they are going to release an album. Right now they're on Spotify. So if anyone wants to find them, Permissible Indulgence is their name. I told him it's the worst name to have because I can't spell it, which means probably most people can't spell it. But and they agreed with me after they loved the name. I do like the name Permissible Indulgence. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's when you're eating things you're not supposed to something like donuts or something. So anyway, he did our 2 songs on our videos, and they're downloadable, by the way, in our add-ons. I think it's now like $3 for both, so you can just get both of them.
Anytime they want to perform live, we will broadcast them on all of our platforms.
Yeah, they'll have
to set up a live show or whatever. They don't even have to be somewhere. They could be set up in your garage, and we can broadcast them live.
They actually they built the studio.
Okay, that's even better.
But my husband's just talking about traveling there, so he needs to figure that out, because I keep telling them that they should do it live. What is that?
Hey,
it's a random donut.
Everybody, we want to promote it all.
Thanks, Lou.
He needs to
promote a donut. Is now a thing on the Madness.
I told him he needs to promote it more. My husband is not how to say this politely. He doesn't like electronics and technology.
Oh, he's a boomer.
Yeah. Dude, he's 8 years younger than me. Boomer. It's so insane. Like, he would rather have audio cassettes and VHS.
Oh my God.
But he's 8 years younger than me.
But Corissa, he's got you. See, he's got you to set up the camera and link it to StreamYard. He doesn't have to do that.
I'm just saying he's not good with social media, and we've had to force him on. He's been trying to do Reddit, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, he is not a Reddit person. Like, I don't know if you know Reddit, but Reddit is like not Facebook.
Reddit is stupid.
Reddit is insane.
Madness is performance friendly. We will get him singing on a lot of different platforms, and then he can grow from it. He can grow from there. We'll see what happens, but we want to get as many different things on the network as possible. Live music starting tonight is one of those things. So,
this episode of the Tuesday Morning Brew brought to you by Cryptids, Donuts, and live music.
Worthy Cryptids.
Live music, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been calling them Worthy Cryptids because it has the same initials.
That'll be fun.
And I definitely want you to do a show for the network about cryptids. That would be so cool. It would be.
It would. I'm not doing 2 hours though. I know that sounds weird.
No.
I talk for 2 hours, but I don't like a 2-hour commitment.
No, you don't have to. You can set the parameters of what you want to do. I just want you to do something on cryptids on the network. We don't got nothing. It would be unique.
Nam, I need to pay you to do that thing for the 8-bit. I need to just write you a check and have you do it, because I can't figure it out. Nam and I were talking about something, and I can't figure it out. But he can.
Technology.
Bye, everybody. See you tonight, 6:30 live freaking music right here. Peace.
There you go.
It's time. It's that time.
Yeah.
To wrap up the show.
I always say Laurie's show's 2 hours. That's a long time. And then we talk, and it's like, shit, it's only 2 hours.
I know. That's how it always is. Well, because we always have a good time, and it's just a relaxed show, and you can talk about whatever you want. You got to Oh, really? Dude? I'm so excited.
Laurie does a great job of rearing me in to talk about something, but she still can't do it all the time. She tries.
Yep. I get distracted. We were talking on the way. I was driving to the con on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was an hour drive. So
She's like, we've got a whole hour.
Yeah. I was like, I'll call Corissa. And so we were chatting, and she was like, I was just about to tell you congratulations on getting to the con without missing your exit. And I was like, I totally missed the exit.
Because I do every time. You and I talked, I think, on the way to New Orleans. Mm-hmm. And I missed an exit. Like, I always miss an exit. It's not, even if it's the next one, I'm like, all right, I got to get off the next one. Oh, by the way, like, it's just.
Yeah. And then it's like.
You guys know if you're using your phone, your GPS doesn't work as well, right?
Well,
it's
we
not
can't
that. My brain isn't working well.
Yeah, it's both.
The GPS is like, hey, your exit's here, dummy. And I'm like, so anyway, talking about that.
See, that's what I mean. It doesn't work as well when you're talking on your phone.
Oh, but even if I know the way, like, I think I was talking about something on the something, and then obviously, and then I missed the turn, and I was a neighborhood I live in. Like, I still miss the exit.
I would blame that on the weed, but that would be me, right?
Yeah, drive, sir. With the weed.
I don't smoke weed.
And
I don't drink caffeine. So that should tell you what I don't do.
Yeah. Well, people, I'm going to go on my soapbox for just a second and remind you all to support indie comics because it's what we do. We support indie comics. And
What?
where the
There you
heck did the devs go?
What happened?
Hey, so help Corissa finish out strong. We have 3 days left. This one ends on Halloween.
No, it ends
2-year
Friday.
anniversary. Which one?
It ends Friday.
It ends on Friday.
The day after
that one
Halloween.
ends on Friday. And then make sure you go sign up for the Western.
We have 109. Go sign up. So that's 110.
What time on Friday?
Huh?
What time?
Nope, I don't. You don't need to know.
Oh yeah, just so I can make sure people know it's ending. What time?
It ends 9 p.m.
Okay, that's all. That's
Friday.
And then you can sign up for notification here.
Yes.
So that way when this launches in January, you can hop on over and pick out what cryptid
I did
goodies you want.
I did get asked in the last week from 10 different people, when is this launching? So hopefully people will show up. But
they will. They will. And that, my friends, is the show.
I don't know what it was about, but we talked for 2 hours.
Next week is Election Day. And so we have a special planned. It'll be pre-recorded because I'm going to go vote, but I have some shenanigans. We have some shenanigans that we recorded and that you get to enjoy. So we'll probably play it on a loop because people will usually come in and go out of the brew. See, if you tune in, you see the same thing. It's because we're playing it probably a few times. So keep that in mind and be excellent to each other. Kiss your babies. What's that?
What are you, Bill and Ted? Be
excellent. I always tell people to be excellent to each other and kiss their babies. And I'll see you all next week.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, right. Wednesday evening. Right?
Wednesday evening here on the Tuesday Morning Brew. Bye.
It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.